中秋佳节是每一位华人团圆的日子。然而，在遥远的加拿大，有这么一群人，长着迥然不同面貌，却每年坚持着庆祝着华人的传统节日。由于华人在巴克维尔镇历史上留下了浓墨重彩的一笔，留在这里的人们为了表示感激，每年都坚持举办有着浓郁中华文化气息的中秋节。中午，身着盛装的人们逐渐汇集到了节日现场。
Good evening. I'm Al Richmond, and I'm chairman of the Barkerville Heritage Trust. And we're gathered here in Barkerville this evening with close to 1,000 visitors who have come to enjoy the Autumn Moon Festival. It's a festival we've been putting on for nearly 7 years to celebrate the Chinese involvement in Barkerville, to build understanding with cultural and educational pieces so that everyone, both Chinese and non-Chinese, understand the involvement the Chinese community had in Barkerville back in the 1800s. Barkerville is a multicultural town. The street we're standing on was considered to be the Street of Flags. So many countries, many individuals are here. But in the early 1800s, the Chinese community, people from Guangdong province mostly, came here as miners. And over 60% of the people who were mining in Barkerville were Chinese. They came here and developed, not only did they mine, they developed businesses. And Chinatown, where we're standing today, was the largest Chinese Chinatown north of San Francisco in 1868. So we're proud to build that heritage. We want to show as British Columbia has been built as a multicultural society, and to expand people's knowledge of the involvement that all communities, all nationalities have in building British Columbia and Canada. And today we're celebrating the Chinese involvement with the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival. And our attempt to try and share that event with everyone. So often people can't see that. Entertainment tonight that's come from Vancouver, people locally would never get to see. So the costumes and the vibrant activity that will happen tonight, and the local people that are coming to participate in this, just bring things forward so that people understand the value of multiculturalism and the value of working together to make Barkerville and Canada and British Columbia a safe place for everyone.
然而，除了肩负持之以恒传承当地文化的重任，传授来到此地游客们本地的历史之外，对于古建筑的保护工作，一直以来也是小镇管理人员需要面对的艰难的问题。
I'm Kate Cox. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Barkerville Historic Town and Park. I started as CEO at the beginning of the pandemic. I came up from Oregon to start my job in April of 2020. Barkerville would not be Barkerville without the Chinese people. So had the Chinese not settled here first and provided Barkerville with such community, the rest of the town would not exist. So they are as much of a part of the Gold Trail story as any other settler. And this is obviously a significant Chinatown, very important to the province of British Columbia, very important to Canada. This Chinatown is what helped establish British Columbia as British Columbia. So it's very important for us to continue to keep the traditions, the beauty of it alive, both in keeping the buildings standing and preserved, and in doing live interpretation too, so that every new generation gets an important education. I think the same the rest of the world had, certainly. Obviously, funding is always hard. So we get grants frequently from other organizations this year. So the government of British Columbia pays for keeping the park maintained. They help me keep the buildings standing, what you see here. But everything else you're seeing, the living interpretation, the theater, is all funded by a private entity this year. A Cisco Gold's Barkerville Gold Mine project, they gave $500,000 in order so that we could do everything you're seeing here this year. We don't have that for next year, so we're still trying to figure that out. We have to figure out our funding every year. It's what government thinks we deserve every year. So we're always, we have a very, very supportive heritage branch under the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, Culture and Sports. I expect we will continue to have quite a bit of support. But yeah, we don't know what we're getting every year, so it's a little hard to plan sometimes.
对于这座承载上百年中加友好历史的城镇，加拿大华人群体一直以来用自己的方式，默默地爱护着这些老物件，肩负自己的责任，守望着新来的移民，维护着加拿大的多元文化。
我是加拿大华人社团联席会执行主席，我姓魏，魏人民。加拿大的建国历史155年，在160年左右，这里是最兴旺的。每天在这条熙熙攘攘的街上，60%是华人。当时就是除了旧金山以外，这边北美最大的千拿炭就在这里。我们加拿大华人的移民史可以追溯到和加拿大的建国史一起的。我们应该自信或自豪，在加拿大的建国历史上，我们华人做出了贡献。我们就是从加拿大建国到现在，全部是由我们加拿大华人的生活历史或者是历史的贡献，为加拿大做出到今天。所以说，我们因此而感到自豪。我们的新移民一样，我们在这块土地上做出我们的贡献，为加拿大的多元文化还有融合的社会做出贡献。这个镇最大的特点就是60%的居民是华人，是加拿大早期的移民华人，而且当时加拿大还没建国。后来当然修铁路，华人也做出了在落基山最危险的道路上也做出了贡献。我们在增强我们加拿大华人的自豪感，我们来一起维护加拿大的多元文化。同时，在这个种族歧视泛滥的年代，我们更应该告诉整个社会，我们加拿大华人和其他种族华人一样，在建设加拿大。我们走到这里，温故而知新。希望我们所有的族群一起建设加拿大，找回加拿大多元文化的美好，维护华人社区的利益和抗争种族歧视。当然，我们感觉到在这新时代下，我们社团怎样为我们华人服务。实际捍卫加拿大的多元文化，我们的华人社团就是捍卫我们华人的生存权利和生存空间，让我们在这里更好的工作、更好的学习、更好的生活，保护我们每一个华人家庭。也就是保卫、捍卫加拿大的多元文化。
虽然小镇的运营时刻面对疫情与资金短缺的压力，但正是由于这么一群人在背后默默的守护，巴克维尔才能顺利重现当年的繁荣。来到此地的游客无不感叹，小镇真的从历史中复活了。穿着洋装的华人，文化的交流迸发出的强大生命力，在巴克维尔得到了淋漓尽致的体现。小镇的美丽与繁荣，让来到此地的游客们无不惊叹于各种文化在此地交织碰撞，最终和谐共处后绽放出的美丽结晶。今天，当我们行走在这座城镇的街头，和当地人共同庆祝中秋佳节的时候，能够深切得到文化的共存是这座小镇，是 BC 省，是加拿大最根本的、最强大的生命源泉。但愿这份文化共存的理念，在这片大地上能永远地延续下去。